Okay, welcome back. My Let's Play of Final Fantasy XIV on the PC. We are in the Ruby Sea right now. Halfway between Kugane and Doma. Or Hingashi and Yansha, I think are the country names or the region name. I don't know. Hingashi is the name of the island, and Kugane is the name of the city. And then Yansha and Doma, I don't know. Anyways. So, Scholar and Summoner are at 63. The Astrologian is at 63. The Dancer's at 62. Here's a problem. Looking at, the quest list for what we have. We have, let me see here. 9, 12, 15. 18 more quests before we hit the next trial at 63. Then it goes quick. Then we have, well, I mean, not super quick, but, another 18 quests. We have a dungeon, which requires 65. Then it's, another 18 or so. It's another dungeon, 67. And then another, 18 or so in a dungeon at 69. So, you gotta figure, 10 quests is about 3.5 million. So 20 quests is, 7 million. 7 million is, a bit over one level. So, it's just, I'm not gonna be able to just, exploit the main quest to just level a bunch of jobs. It's not working like that anymore. It will definitely, if I just play Scholar and Summoner, we're fine, we're gravy. But it's going to be really tough to keep up with the other stuff unless I just take time off from doing the main quest to level up other stuff. But I don't really want to do that. So we might just have to deal. But anyways, Soroban, open water. Now, in order to reach the shores of Othard, you will need to cross the resplendent waters you see before you. However, this is easier said than done. To set forth without making the necessary preparations is to invite the Confederacy to claim your vessel, and your life should you resist. But this fate can be avoided by paying the ruby tithe, thereby earning you the blessing of the pirate lords. So let us go and greet them. Our destination is the isle to the west. Oh, shit. She said something. An excellent idea. I think you should find the water to your liking. I will use my ship to deliver those less inclined to the isle. Oh, she said something about wanting to swim. Okay, and I guess I'm swimming with her. I mean, if I do all my daily roulettes on one job, like, say, Astrologian, I'll probably keep up. But then Dancer gets left behind. So I either have to decide, do I want to keep up with a healer that I enjoy more or a DPS that I enjoy more? Right, this should be easy, and a good way to loosen up before the next fight, whenever it comes. 20 gills since I beat you there. You've already beaten me there. You teleported. You are like the fucking Flash. I can't do that. I got these little stubby legs. I guess I'd probably prefer to keep up with a healer I enjoy, since that's all the dungeon stuff. We don't get into that many fights during the main story that are not part of a group. Ah, there you are. I trust you enjoyed yourselves. Follow me, my friends. The one with whom we must speak is a man named Tansui. Flying Nimbus away. Not so flying Nimbus. Oh, actually, hold on. I got a new mount. Let me tell you about this shit. Adamantoise. There it is. It's Big Turtle. This is not the main beauty of this mount, though. If I could fly, I would show you the real beauty. Basically, whenever you fly with this mount, it starts, like, spinning constantly. That's how it flies. And it, like, lets out, like, blasts of, like, red smoke or something. It's pretty awesome to see. But this mount, you get from the Gold Saucer. 200,000 MGP. And I was just, you know, playing like the Cact Pot and doing like triple triad, and I was doing some gates. And if you do the challenge log, this resets like every week or something like that. So you can get a whole bunch of MGP. Like if you participate in 5 gates, 5,000 there. If you complete 3 gates, you get 8,000 there. Triple triad matches, you win 10 of them, you get 8,000. Stuff like that. And so I had racked up like 140,000 MGP so far, and I was pretty happy with that. But then I saw a comment on Reddit, and it was just like, oh yeah, just do the fashion thing every week, and you'll get boatloads. I was like, oh, the fashion thing, I can't do that. I don't have any gear, really. You know, I don't know anything about that. But they were like, just... You know, I thought, you know, I couldn't do that. That was beyond me. But, you know, they post the fashion thing every week on the Reddit, on the subreddit. And you just follow that and you get it easy. And I was like, okay, I'll take a look. And sure enough, it's super fucking easy. They tell you exactly the easiest things you can get to win. And so for this week, all I had to do was go into like one of the early dungeons and get this like low level robe, and then you had to just dye a couple other pieces of gear a specific color, which I bought off the market board, and it was just those 3 things, and I won 60,000 MGP easily. I mean, it was crazy. And you can just do that every week. So I got the 60,000 and I immediately went and bought this mount. But now I got to save up for like Fenrir, which is like 1 million. But still, very simple. If you haven't gotten in on that, I recommend it. Alright, Tansui. I fear you have the advantage of me. Most honorable and esteemed Mangg, I am Tansui, a humble mate who serves at the pleasure of the Confederacy's captain. As you are in the company of the Shellback, I presume we have business to discuss. We do. Boys with boats. Sounds like a pornographic film. You wish to pay the ruby tithe, yes? With your gil, perhaps? It is just as well. Foreign currencies are in demand these days. I would pay for their passage to Othard. Does this sum meet with your satisfaction? The sea has been quite tempestuous of late. I cannot say with confidence that you would reach your destination safely, unless you tripled it. Do you take me for a fool? I know the price, as do all. Alas, we live in interesting times. As you came from Kugane, I should think I need not tell you that. The shadow of war looms. The wise and the cautious shirk our waters and our custom, and the foolhardy sharpen their knives in anticipation. Meaning... Sir, you've got to come quickly. The bastards are at it again. I tried to convince them to stop, but they weren't having it. Very well. I will be there shortly. A proposition. Your comrades strike me as a worthwhile investment. I would not hear men name me a cat before Koban, so I shall consider their tithe paid, not for what they have done, or for what I expect they will do. I'm not sure what to make of that, man, but at least the matter of our tithe is settled. For now. What was that that he and the other pirate were talking about. Maybe we ought to go and have a look. Okay. Tatsunoko. The Japanese, they love to throw in mystical Japan into their RPGs and shit. I don't think really Western developers do that, right? I mean, it's not like you're not like playing Skyrim and all of a sudden there's like a Wild West section. We don't, I mean, Americans don't really care as much. I'd rather play in mystical Japan than the Wild West, so I guess it just works out. These are some fucking crazy looking crabs, though. Super crabs. Look at this thing. What a nightmare. And there's flying sharks.
Gentlemen, I'm told you are most unreceptive to my associate's requests. I realize you do not look kindly on the Confederacy and her ways, but if you refuse to pay the ruby tithe, your safety in these waters cannot be assured.
Spare me your concern, pirate. Your feeble attempts at extortion will not work on us. You remain at large because we allow it. Because you are such insignificant little pests that we see no need to swat you. But if you wish to risk the ire of the Viceroy, by all means, fire upon an Imperial vessel. Give us a reason to bring the full might of the Garlean Empire to bear against your pathetic fleet.
Bastards!
Gentlemen, surely the fact that you have such limitless resources at your disposal gives you all the more reason to spare some few coins for the less fortunate.
All talk, just as I thought. Come, let us away. I have no time for this rubbish.
We're all the same to them, aren't we? Savages to be ruled or slaughtered.
They've always balked at paying the ruby tithe, but they were never so eager to pick a fight. The problem, you see, is that many of my comrades in the Confederacy are of Doman descent, and the acting Viceroy, well, she's none too fond of Domans, to say the least. If we take any action to hinder the safe passage of an Imperial vessel, she'll accuse us of attempting to foment rebellion and brand us enemies of the Empire, which we can ill afford to be. Like the man said, we're all talk.
And where did the Kojin stand in all this?
With the winning side, of course. They're mercenaries to a fault, eager to offer their services without coercion. The Shellback could tell you more, though something tells me he would rather not.
I don't understand. If the Garleans are causing the Confederacy this much trouble, and if so many of you are Doman to begin with, why aren't you willing to fight back?
Spoken like a true friend of the Doman Liberation Front. If you're planning to rouse us with noble words and grand promises, don't bother. We all know what the Imperial Army can do. Compared to them, we're boys with boats. Besides, what ties a man may once have held to his home are forsaken upon joining the Confederacy. We look out for none but our own. Be that as it may, our livelihood is under threat, and the captain will need to decide soon whether we're to go down in a blaze of glory or bow and scrape for crumbs from the Emperor's table. All while our friend the Viceroy continues her purge of Doma's radical elements. I believe she's holding court in one of the fishing villages even as we speak.
That she-devil! Her perfidy knows no bounds! She must be stopped! Come, let us find Soroban and put to sea at once!
Tell the others that these ones have paid. We all have places to be.
Yeah, keep trying to go up against this big-ass empire. What are we waiting for? Come, come! Soroban cannot have gone far. Though now that I think on it, it is passing strange that he left without warning. Mayhap he did not wish to be seen by his Kojin brethren. I doubt he thought to leave us behind, but nevertheless, it may be prudent to return to his ship, or at least to the Confederate encampment. Yeah, I don't want to hear the fucking chocobo music. God damn it. Thank you. I think I could set, like... Yeah, you can set favorites. And then do only select from favorite amounts. So I guess I could just do that. Then I never have to hear chocobo music again. I guess at this point I do have some favorites and some that I don't love. I don't love all of you bastards. Let's see here. Fat chocobo is a favorite. I like the matchstick armor for the music. I suppose I like the behemoth. I like the tortoise. I like the griffin. The Silder's okay. The bear, of course. The ship's decent. The unicorn's good. Ronnie's good. Midgard's Zormir. Yep. Yep. And then let's do the better. There we go. Now we're all set. Oh, my friends, 1,000 pardons. As you may have guessed, I was reluctant to be seen in your company by my red brothers. Ours is a complex relationship. I pray you do not misinterpret their actions as a reflection of our allegiances as a whole. You understand? Kami be praised. Too often are shellless, quick to judge all Kojin for the deeds of one. Right then, now that our business with Tansui is concluded, we can traverse the Ruby Sea without fear. Well, good. Except I feel like there's going to be something else. Bend with the wind. I shall return to the ship and prepare for our departure. If you have any remaining business to conduct with the pirates here, I pray you do so now. Ah, that reminds me, Mangg. Would you be so kind as to inform the Confederates of our plan? The The more they know of our movements, the less likely we are to be mistaken for another vessel by their comrades. Alright, I feel like anyone could have done that, but sure. Oh, you're one of the Ijin from the beach. Leaving us already? No need to pay the tide, like Tansui said. On the other hand, if you were to peruse our wares and find anything to your liking, we should be glad to sell it to you for a fair price. Okay. What is this? Is this an ether current thing? It is, okay. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's a big area. We're not leaving yet. Or maybe we are leaving now and we come back later. Because I'm sure we're coming back to Gurabanya at some point. So who knows what? Maybe they just want to show us all these new areas. You have spoken with the Confederates up above then. Excellent. If you are ready to depart, we may do so at any time. All aboard. Alright, sweet. Then let us be off. I shall deliver you to the fishing village of Isari. Wait, Tansui said that the Viceroy was holding court in one of the fishing villages, did he not? Should Isari chance to be the village in question, we could instantly find ourselves surrounded by Imperial soldiers. I think it's safer to come ashore some distance away. Very well. I know just the place. Let's go! Okay, so now we're in the... Wait a minute, we're still in the fucking Ruby Sea! What? This isn't Doma? Here we are. I am reasonably certain none bore witness to our approach. With this, I believe I have fulfilled the terms of our agreement. Aye, that you have. You have my deepest thanks, Saraban. Truly we are blessed to have befriended such a clever and industrious merchant. Oh, you are much too kind, good sir. I know not where your path may lead, but I wish you the very best and hope that we shall meet again. Oh, gosh. He didn't take us to Doma, asshole. So, we finally arrived in Othard. All we need to do now is liberate Doma. Ah, yes, that. Look, daunting though it is, we do have one thing in our favor, the element of surprise. Unlike in Gurabanya, the Imperials don't know we're here. Admittedly, that may be our only advantage, considering how few of us there are. Well, I expect the Doman Liberation Front will even up the odds a bit, but before all that, we need to see if this is the fishing village Tansui was talking about. It may well be. I smell ceruleum on the breeze.
Even accounting for the rebellion, such indiscriminate shows of force seem pointlessly excessive.
If only you knew how commonplace such scenes have become. Are we too late?
Over there, someone's coming.
It is she, sworn enemy of Doma, of my master. The traitor who sold her homeland to the Garleans. Yotsuyu.
The Viceroy herself. And look behind her. Isn't that...
filth and squalor everywhere I look. How very Doma. What I wouldn't do for a drink. Come now. You've no reason to look so afraid. You have lived through a quarter of a century of Garlean rule, remember? 'Tis better to bend with the wind than stand tall and be broken. Therein lies hope. Therein lies freedom. I come before you today seeking affirmation. A heartfelt declaration. You are free to answer me as you see fit, yet even the least among you should know the correct response. Should. A resident of your village, one of your neighbors, mayhap your friend, was detained by the Korjin this morning. They say he was attempting to flee to Kugane, but we both know that simply isn't true, don't we?
No, have you anything to say? Sorry.
Bit slow, this one. Is there anyone more sensible among you? Have any of you anything to say? To swear?
My lady, I swear to serve the Empire, to do whatever is asked of me, and never disobey.
Well said, that man. Of course, it wouldn't do to simply take you at your word. Kill him. Surely you can do that much. He must be guilty of something or other, or he wouldn't have attempted to flee the Empire.
I have a family. Kami, forgive me. Kami, forgive me.
Very, very good. I've always had a soft spot for men like you. Next, I want you to shoot those two over there. Too old to work, you understand. A burden on the Empire, and we can't have that.
But they're my parents. You can't expect me to...
We will show them no mercy.
Stop and think for a moment. If you go charging in now, every one of those villagers is as good as dead. We must consider the wider picture. If we act recklessly, we risk alerting the Garleans to our presence here, making it that much harder for us to work with the local rebels, to say nothing of the reprisals ordinary civilians would be made to suffer.
Open your eyes, girl. They are already suffering. Let me go. I am putting an end to this madness. I will approach the village alone and identify myself as a former leader of the rebellion and a known fugitive. They will wish to detain me until they are certain they have learned all I know. Use this time to make your plans.
You saw what those monsters did to the villagers. Who knows what they'll do to you, assuming they don't kill you where you stand?
We live and die at the pleasure of the Kami. My fate is in their hands and no others. If it be of any comfort, I am no stranger to chains.
You can't expect us to stand idly by as a comrade goes marching off to his death. And this is nothing like Kugane.
Nor is it like the Reach, Lys, or the Wall. Let him go. Hold out for as long as you can, but remember, noble sacrifices are to remain an absolute last resort. I wish I could say it won't come to that, but only the gods know how we're going to get you and the others out in one piece. A miracle, perchance.
A great tower stands to the north and east. Look to its occupants for aid and succor. Together, you may yet find your miracle. Now, leave this place. I must go.
Another idiot like all the rest. I'm beginning to think it may be something fundamental. Something intrinsic. Something quintessentially Doman to ignore the simple truth. You can't do a damn thing if you're dead.
Enough, Yotsuyu!
Well now, this is a surprise.
Hear me, Yotsuyu! Cease this farce, here and now, and I shall surrender myself to you. Refuse, and all shall answer to my blade.
Bring him to the tavern.
I still think that guy would have gotten that shot off before being gunned down. I mean, all you have to do is pull a trigger. And she's definitely still going to execute those old people. I hate it as much as you, maybe even more. Every fiber of my being was crying out to intervene, but what's done is done. Gosetsu's gamble has gifted us the time we need to find a solution. He bade us seek aid at the distant tower, yes? For want of a better idea, I say we do just that, while taking care to avoid the Imperials. Okay, I guess we're... We're swimming. We are swimming. Not a whole lot to say about the swimming. It's pretty chill, I guess. What the fuck is that thing? Jesus Christ. Like a behemoth walrus. It's a Gyuki. Holy shit. Get to ride one of those things? I would not put it past them. We seem to have evaded their patrols so far. What is that tower anyway? I've never seen anything like it. According to my map, we are on Onokoro, and the tower is known as Heaven on High, a mysterious structure built long ago by persons unknown. Oh gods, listen to me. I'm starting to sound like Alphino. Next thing you know, I'll be saying things like, as you are doubtless already aware. Over there, do you see it? Doesn't look like it's been dead long. Whoever did this, they're a good shot. I can't see a single stray arrow. Well, someone's hungry. Wait, that wasn't either of you two, was it? Calm down. We have nothing to do with... Wait, what am I doing? They can't possibly understand us. Probably not, no. Time to run, Lise. We save our strength for any that give chase. You too, Mangg. Okay. They let you change jobs. So we can dance for the behemoth walruses. Aqua Blast. How about Dance Blast? All these locations we get to go to and we never get a mount speed increase. Holy shit, look at this fucking whelk. Hold on, I want to see what this thing's called. Oh, Daimyo Yumemi. I don't know what Daimyo means, but it's a term used in Monster Hunter sometimes. Just imagine if they'd taken us by surprise. What a fine ending that would have been to our story. Anyway, I think it's safe to assume that the people at the tower know how to defend themselves. You'd have to, sharing an island with these things. Now all we need to do is convince them to help us. Yeah, that's a cool looking monster right there. Look at that face. Alright, found an aetheryte. That's good. The first one for the Ruby Sea. Oh, there's a settlement here, and they've even got their own aetheryte. Wait a minute. I've seen that standard before. It was when we met with Tensui, which means this place belongs to... Oh. Oh. Actually, an upgrade. Ugh, that's... Ugh. Ugh, yeah. Confederate consternation. It would seem we have found a Confederate settlement, mayhap even their headquarters, judging by the size of the place. So Gosetsu bade us seek out the Confederacy for aid and succor, the self-same Confederacy that refuses to openly oppose the Empire. Well, nothing ventured, nothing gained, I suppose. At the very least, they're unlikely to ask us for the tithe. What wind brings you hither, of all places? Were you not bound for Othard's shores? I see. I trust you have not forgotten our previous conversation on the subject. No? Then what do you want? A second opinion? Very well. Come with me. I will take you to the captain, Rasho. Just like that, an audience with the leader. How very accommodating. We must needs choose our words carefully. You leave it to me. I've always been good with people. And this will also give me a chance to use the Eastern greeting they showed me in Revenant's Toll. That's right, she did learn that shit. I remember. Keep going up, keep going up. Greetings. You must be Rasho, leader of the Confederacy, and so on. I realize this is all a bit sudden, but the thing is, we have a little favor to ask. Oh, gods, I've probably broken half a dozen rules of Far Eastern etiquette already. Well, I'm sorry about that, but you have to understand that we're in a hurry, so I'm going to stop talking now. Men who revere manners and tradition can be found the world over, but not here. Your candor is appreciated. Speak your heart. I'll tell you some shit. Gosetsu, a former leader of the rebellion. I know of him. Why he bade you petition us for aid and succor, however, I know not. At the risk of repeating myself, to join the Confederacy is to renounce all other ties. We are beholden to none, allied with none. When Doma was invaded by the Empire 25 years ago, we did not rush to her defense. Knowing this, do you honestly expect us to help you drive the Imperial forces out of Isari? The Garleans have long maintained a presence in this region, and we would be fools to break the peace, fragile as it is. Besides, you are capable warriors, yes? With guile and preparation, you can surely resolve this matter yourselves. It is imperative that our presence here remains secret for as long as possible. For us to openly engage the Imperials at this time would endanger everything we have come here to achieve. You have told us why you cannot fight, not why we should fight in your stead. If you would speak to me of lives saved, I would speak to you of slaughter. How many will die when all pretense is lost and the Garleans declare war on the Confederacy? Hate is a luxury we cannot afford. You are free to come and go as you please, but you will receive no further aid. Thank you for your hospitality. If you would excuse us. Hey, Mangg. I know that didn't go well, but I'm not prepared to give up on them yet. Gosetsu told us to come here for a reason. He must have believed we could convince him to join us, or convince him to help us. We just have to work out how. My thoughts exactly. I'm glad to hear we're of the same mind. 'Tis little wonder they refused. We have done naught to persuade them. The real work begins now. We need to learn more about the Confederacy, what their needs and weaknesses are. Once we know that, we will know how to earn their trust. Okay. Ba, 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 ba. Anybody here? Santa Bear is here to give you present. Oh, stack crate. Number of crates and barrels have been stored here. On closer inspection, however, most are empty. Brilliant. Taking an interest in the ship. Good eye. She's not much to look at now, but once upon a time she was a beauty. Confederacy favors flotillas of smaller ships to capture and board errant vessels. The larger ones, like this Sekabune, only take part in major engagements. Not that we've had any of those recently, what with those Imperial bastards throwing their weight around. If it wasn't for them, well, no use moaning about what you can't change, eh? Sure. Now, there's still one more thing I'm missing. Ah, I see. The arms and armor have been piled up haphazardly. They display no signs of recent use or maintenance. You don't say. Surely this all means something. I had a good look around, and we just need to wait for Lise. Sorry to keep you waiting, but I wanted to talk to as many people as I could. It's just as Tansui said. They have no intention of standing up to Yotsuyu. I don't know if you two got a different impression. Under the right circumstances, they might help us. I agree. It's obvious that they are struggling to survive, and that they blame the Imperials for the recent troubles. Even if we do nothing, it is inevitable that they will come into conflict with the Empire sooner or later, and deep down, they all know it. The only thing holding them back at the moment is the belief that they lack the strength to survive the coming war. So we need to prove to them that we're not all talk, that we can be valuable allies in this fight. Nod. Oh, I did not. What better way to demonstrate our worth than by seeking out people with mundane problems and offering them our expert assistance? I disagree. Wouldn't it be the first time we've had to earn someone's trust by helping them out with this and that? You know, it won't be the last. I'll look around the western end of Bonacoro. You two take the east. Good luck. Damn it. They get you coming, they get you going. We're in the remote eastern bow. Okay. Eastern bow. Yep, there it is. That's the eastern bow. What's the normal bow? Oh, that's the Eorzean bow. Okay, interesting. Alright. Fuck. We've got to do what we got to do. Solace of the sea. Kami, take me. What kind of pirate cannot suffer the sway of the ocean? A new recruit from far-flung shores? Listen well, I have a task for you. Go first to Aokumo below and receive of him medicine for men of the earth. Then to Quickscape Pier and the hapless Doman bemoaning his wretched fate. Quickly. Oh, God. I'm just always a bitch boy. Not a damn thing you can do about it. Come at the behest of Afumi for medicine. My very best is yours for the taking. How pitiful the lot of this Doman, unable to stomach the sea. A true Confederate could raid a dozen ships with one of his cups. Mayhap this one should return whence he came. Mayhap you should shut the fuck up. I mean, Fat Chocobo's big ass makes this better, but still. It's not entirely... doesn't make me optimistic about the whole expansion. That this is twice now we've had to do just mundane bullshit in a village for people. Otherwise it shift and shutter still. Here you go. Medicines, give them here. They may look down on me for resorting to such measures, but I would do aught to render the world stable and motionless once more. You are kind, as is Afumi. You may tell her that I will return to my duties as soon as I am able. Damn it. Oh my god. Oh god. You can end the video now. Nothing exciting is gonna happen in the next 15 minutes. Oh, God. And again, we're just in like this desert, rocky area. It's just like, I mean, there's water now at least, but still. Doman was raised in the mountains of his homeland. The first time he saw the sea was after he fled his homeland and came to us. He tosses and turns in his sleep, and when he takes to the water, it is not long before he can no longer stand. But he will grow accustomed to this life. He is hardly the first, after all. The captain, too, was once of Doma, though he cast all aside 25 years ago when the Imperials took his lands and the lives of his parents and brothers. Perhaps you two will renounce your ties and join us someday. I mistook you for a recruit before, but I know your tale now. Tansui unfolded all. Think of my offer, Westerner. You may find small joys in the land, but the sea holds salvation. I don't care about the sea. Arrows of misfortune. You strike me as a strong and capable individual. I have a job for you, Westerner, if you're courageous as well. On the beach far to the west lies the carcass of a Gyuki, feathered with arrows. I would have you go and retrieve those which may still be of use. While you're about it, I should be glad if you were to butcher its tail for meat. Very good meat in Gyuki tails, you know. But I did say you would need a courageous sword. Need be a courageous sword, and I meant it. The beast was young. Do not be surprised if an angry mother mourns its child. Okay. Yep, set that auto run and just fall asleep. And I don't think this is going to be the last time we do this shit. There's probably going to be some other, like Doma. We're going to arrive in Doma, and we're going to have to do miscellaneous nonsense. Rotting carcass of the Gyuki emits powerful stench that fills the air. Okay. That's good. That's good meat, huh? That's good rotting meat, huh? That's what you want, huh? Oh my god. Look at this bar. Like when you teach your sim a new skill or something. Just Jesus. Alright, good. We're just going to teleport, because I will pay the $124. You have been away for some time, perhaps in search of a young Gyuki corpse. I see I did not misjudge you. Thank you for your help. Would that I could have tended to my own kill, but such is life. I pity the meat is not as delicious as it is nutritious. Under normal circumstances, we would not bother hunting Gyuki as game, but as you may have heard, these were not normal circumstances. Arrows too must be reused when possible. A prudent measure become necessary, alas. With every passing day, our future grows more uncertain. But this day we shall have full bellies, and in that must we take solace. And wayward travelers need not risk the ire of vengeful Gyuki by wandering near my neglected kill. A strange sigh passes your lips. Have I said something odd? No matter. Thank you again for your aid. Okay, why didn't I butcher the mother then? Since that was a fresh kill rather than rotting meat. Whatever. I don't care. Last voyage. You there. Aye, you. Have you seen a bumbling clod of an Aura? A new recruit I ordered to patrol the northern edge of Onokoro. He is late in returning. A strange boy he was, quiet and brooding, reluctant to speak unless spoken to first. Better that than a fool who never holds his tongue, perhaps. Much as I would enjoy dragging him back by the ear, I cannot. Duty compels me to remain. You, on the other hand, have no such obligations. Yeah, I handed in that quest as a dancer, but well. Shiranui. Shiranui. You cast about for the Confederate recruit, but see no one matching his description. Okay. Oh, I see. There's multiple. Alright. Oh, I don't know. It's pretty close to that Shiranui. Cast about for the Confederate recruit, but see no one matching his description. Great. Cast about for the Confederate recruit and landed at last by a young Ori man lurking behind the rocks to the west. Who are you? You do not look like a man of the Confederacy. Forgive me. 'Twas but yesterday we bid farewell to one of our own, and I worried that she might have lost her way. We laid her to rest in a boat and pushed her out till the current claimed it, for the sea is our home, now and ever after. But those sent thither with burdened hearts may drift back to shore, it is said. Out of concern for her comrades, she strove to earn far more than her keep. She hunted rare, deadly game in treacherous waters, and lost her life for it. But my vigil is ended. Her vessel has not returned to Onokoro. She has made peace with this life and placed her faith in us to live on. great. Just great. So, what of my recruit? Did you find him napping on the beach or some such? What? All this time he was standing watch for the funerary vessel. Huh. So rarely does he give voice to his thoughts. I had no idea our comrade's death had affected him, so too quick was I to judge him. It is good that you went in my stead, else I might have misspoken and made a fool of myself. Please accept this as a token of my gratitude. What, money? Alright, I mean, it's pretty easy XP. So that's got that going for it at least. You've been busy, haven't you? And now you're here to ask if I need help with anything. Huh, now that you mention it. Lately, we've had trouble with ravenous sharks that have been leaping out of the water and making off with our fish. Damnedest thing, I know, but you wouldn't doubt it if you saw it. We've got to call the thieving bastards regularly. So happens I sent 3 of my mates out there before you came along. Still, the more the merrier. If you can kill 2 or so, that ought to be enough. Take a few of those rotten fish as bait. I'll not be needing them. Oh, and maybe see if you can't find the other group. They've been away longer than I like. Where is it? Oh, take the rotting fish. Why couldn't you just hand them to me? Yes, you never want to be handed rotting fish. Alright, we'll dance. We'll dance. Alright, and a 1, and a 2, and a 3. Almost 15,000 damage. We've come a long way. Alright, that was easy. One, 2, 3. I have to search for this asshole. Also, this mount should be able to swim. I mean, come on. It's a fucking sea dragon. It has fins. Come on. This guy's a lot bigger than I am. Luckily, that doesn't matter. I'll bust a Ninja Turtle any day. Oh, Kami be praised. I don't know what I would have done if you hadn't come along. My partners and I got separated when we fled. You haven't seen them, have you? Damn. Before the Kojin started chasing us, their leader asked us if we were Doman. They're Yatsuyu's catchers, I know it. First Isari and now this. I've got to tell Rashu and the others. Ah, there you are, Mangg. I heard you went shark hunting. We too did our fair share of beast culling, though I think Lise made a stronger impression when she bested a drunken pirate in a sparring match. Fastest knockout to date, I'm told. I should like to think we have proven ourselves to be rather... Why do I get the feeling you have something important to tell me? Hojin mercenaries rounding up Doman Confederates. Surely Yatsuyu has crossed the line now. We must go and speak with Rasho immediately. Even he cannot deny that this changes everything. At least I should like to think that he cannot. See what the man has to say.
Our most compassionate acquaintances return. For your deeds, we owe you many thanks. But something tells me our thanks are not sufficient. The strange thing is, I was certain you understood our position. And yet here you are with that same look in your eyes, and those same words upon your lips, I'll wager.
I speak only the truth. The Confederacy will not be spared Yotsuyu's wrath. You have always known this, that one day you would have no choice but to stand up to the Empire. I say to you that day is today, and come once more to ask that you join us in the fight.
How convenient that recent events should lend such credence to your claims. Tell me, do death and destruction always follow in your wake?
They had no part in it, Tansui. You know this. We all know this. They came and took our Doman brothers. They will torture them for her sport. Murder them for her satisfaction. So we attack and get butchered for our trouble, or do naught and let them have their pound of flesh. If this be our choice, I say we suffer the ignominy. We endure. We survive. There is no better path. Until the day our enemy is grown weaker and we stronger, there can be no retribution. We will wait for a sign. Such is the judgment of the Confederacy.
So that's it then. You're just going to abandon them to her. They'd die for you, you know, for the Confederacy. They would die for you, but you wouldn't even think to risk your lives for theirs.
I have one last idea, if you will allow. I'm afraid it's not very good as ideas go. It's exceedingly reckless, in fact, and you may well come to despise me for ever having suggested it. Assuming we survive, that is. The question being, do you trust me?
Ask me again later.
We can't stand by and let innocent people suffer, here or anywhere else. I'll do whatever it takes.
Then let us roll the dice. If it's a sign you want, we shall give you one. One rousing enough to make you drive every Garlean out of Isari without a second thought. You are wary of invoking the ire of the Imperial forces stationed in Doma, correct? Know then that once we have rescued our comrade and freed Isari, we mean to liberate the nation as a whole. You will doubtless require assurances that we are capable of achieving this, and that is only fair. Accordingly, we shall demonstrate our seriousness by depriving the Garleans of a key ally, the Kojin.
What, the three of you, just like that?
Actually, My esteemed colleague here will attend to it on his own. But the how of it is not your concern, only the outcome. If we succeed, you help us liberate Asari. If we fail, you lose nothing. A simple enough wager, if you have the stones for it.
The little miss does make it hard to refuse, does she not?
Words are air. We will weigh you by your deeds.
You know, that's better. Just send me the fuck in there and I'll tear shit up and you know, we'll all be good. We will all be good. A grilled turban. Live horn turban cooked in its shell with a splash of soy sauce and rice wine. All right. Okay, so hopefully the next one will be a bit more interesting. That's the hope. That is the hope. But you never know. My name is Mangg. Game watching has been Final Fantasy XIV. See you fine folks in the next part.